Have you noticed that the default voices for popular voice assistants and humanoid robots are female? This trend is not limited to devices like phones, laptops, and speakers. If you call your bank, use GPS for directions, or check out at the supermarket, chances are you'll hear a synthesized version of a woman's voice. Even most humanoid robots that appear in exhibitions and media are built to look and sound like women. While some companies have since added male-sounding voices to their assistants, the feminization of AI and text-to-speech systems remains an issue. But why is femininity so prevalent in AI technology and objects? It's not because the female voice is inherently more pleasant. Rather, the tech industry is still dominated by male engineering teams. In 2020, women made up only 28 to 42% of the workforce at Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, and Microsoft, GAFAM. While this could partially explain why AI products from these companies have female voices, it's not the only factor at play. Following the backlash against tech giants for defaulting their voice assistants to female, there have been various arguments as to why this has been the case. Some suggest that it's because there are more recordings of women's voices available compared to men's. Others propose that it's because women traditionally operated telephone exchanges and loaned their voices to pre-digital message systems, so it's something people are accustomed to. There are also those who claim that the female voice simply sounds nicer. However, if you search for women's voices on Google, the top results are annoying and harder to hear. Research indicates that prioritizing feminine voices over masculine ones for certain applications has almost no practical advantage, as both are equally intelligible and effective at delivering information. However, while some of the arguments mentioned above hold weight, there is another aspect that we should consider. It pertains to the nature of tasks performed by different AI systems. Voice assistants are mainly utilized for domestic and administrative tasks such as setting alarms, remembering dates, making payments, etc. In contrast, humanoid robots are often designed for customer-facing service roles, including automated hotel staff, waiters, bartenders, and child care providers. Notably, these are all tasks and professions that are still mostly associated with women in today's society. It's not simply a matter of preferring women's voices, but rather we also seem to have a preference for women performing certain tasks, and there is a rationale behind it. This bias towards women performing certain jobs is rooted in the historical perception of women as subservient. A recent survey conducted by Washington State University involved around 170 participants who were presented with hypothetical service robot scenarios in a hotel. The first scenario involved interacting with a male humanoid robot named Alex, while the second scenario was exactly the same, except the robot was a female humanoid named Sarah. The final two scenarios presented in the study featured robots that were differentiated by gender and name. One robot was described as having a machine-like appearance with an interactive screen, while the other had a female human-like appearance. As expected, the female robot scored the highest, while the male machine scored the lowest. One of the authors of the study attributed this to the pervasive gender stereotypes that are prevalent in the service and management industries, which are projected onto our interactions with robots. When we think of the ideal assistant or hotel clerk, for instance, we tend to envision someone who is helpful, polite, and eager to please. These qualities are often associated with femininity, as women are still expected to be submissive, gentle, and always eager to help others with tasks such as making coffee, scheduling appointments, and providing emotional support. Women are also still expected to shoulder most of the mental and domestic labor in their households and relationships, and are often relegated to an inferior role in society. The use of female-sounding AI voice assistants and female-looking and sounding robots in service roles further reinforces the harmful stereotypes that women are subservient and exist solely to serve men. Several studies have demonstrated that gendered voices alone are sufficient to elicit gender-stereotypic behaviors from people, even when separated from all other gender cues like appearance. One study found that the prevalence of female-sounding voice assistants encourages stereotypes of women as compliant and submissive. Such stereotypes can limit women's capacity to develop their abilities, hold them back in the workplace, and cause them to question their expertise. The pervasive use of gender stereotypes can also lead women to suppress their feelings in their relationships and reinforce gender inequalities. By perpetuating the view of women, even artificial ones, in subservient assistant positions, we reinforce a harmful culture that belittles and marginalizes women. It is crucial that we do not let our future be characterized by the servitude of women. Not only does the widespread use of female gendering in AI reinforce damaging gender stereotypes, but it can also contribute to the objectification, hypersexualization, and even increased violence towards women. Recently, a concerning article was published about Reddit users who boasted about abusing their AI girlfriends through a popular friendship app called Replika. One user wrote about using the app for sexting and then berating the bot by calling it worthless and hitting it. Although this chatbot hurt was not a real person, the fact that it has a gendered component should still raise alarms. These bots are programmed to always respond in a submissive and thankful manner, even when the user's comments are inappropriate or harmful. This is also the case with Siri, Alexa, and other AI voice assistants. A recent study in psychology has even found that passive female-coded bot responses can encourage misogynistic or verbally abusive behavior from users. This is incredibly problematic and highlights the urgent need for change. Could the widespread use of female-sounding AI contribute to real-life violence and misogyny? We believe it's not unthinkable. The prevalence of female gendering in AI, from voice assistants to chatbots and robots, perpetuates the idea of women as subservient creatures happy to please men. This could have negative consequences for real women, as it may create habits that spill over into interactions with actual women. Studies have shown that gendered responses from chatbots and voice assistants can encourage misogynistic behavior from users. Additionally, the objectification and hypersexualization of female-looking robots can contribute to harmful societal attitudes towards women. As a society, we should question the implications of creating these flawless, attractive female robots and what it says about our values. In conclusion, the development of female robotic assistants represents a significant shift in our cultural attitudes toward women and technology. As we move into a future where technology is increasingly integrated into our daily lives, it's essential to consider how these new technologies will impact our social structures and gender roles. But what is certain is that the rise of robot women will bring about profound changes in the way we interact with technology and with each other. So, what do you think? How do you see the emergence of robot women shaping our world in the years to come? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to our channel. Also, make sure to turn on the notifications bell so you'll be informed of our future uploads. See you in the next video.